that.
No, we're
'Cause
still,
it's still
going
going.
live.
What up, Michigan Pagan Fest?
Woo!
Hey guys,
We have returned
We
as
have
We
promised.
have
yes,
returned
yep.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning, day 3.
Yes, God, yes, it's Saturday.
It's Saturday.
We've been
We've
here
been very
since,
confused about our days.
because
Yeah.
we've been here since Wednesday before the event
But the
even
festival
began.
starts on Thursday. So, like, in my brain, Thursday was Friday.
So we're all confused.
It's
a mess.
Saturday.
It's a mess. But it is today, Saturday. You
Yep.
can check your calendars and confirm if you're watching
That's
this
right.
live.
And we do have the mic on, so that's a plus.
Progress.
Because we've had that a couple
As
of
you've
times
seen
where
several
we've forgotten
times.
to turn the mic on.
We did our intro
Um,
with a muted mic.
We hope you
Because
all
we're very smart
exactly
and on task.
and don't have coffee. We drink tea.
We drink tea. Yes.
I don't drink tea.
I'm trying to cut.
Or
so,
coffee.
We drink tea.
so I'm trying to reduce the caffeine in my life, ideally to 0, because otherwise I don't sleep very well.
Mhm.
So I'm currently drinking a tea that has caffeine, but it's so much less caffeine than everything else on earth
gentle caffeine.
that I'm
Gentle.
willing to try it.
Gentle caffeine. I don't know
That's
what
right.
gentle caffeine is.
That's
but
right.
Sure.
It's yogi tea. It's gentle caffeine.
Not sponsored.
No, not a sponsor, but very good tea.
All right, so we've got a couple of things going on. Actually, there are classes going
The
on right
classes
now.
are just starting
Yep.
because there are 9 a.m.
I
classes.
swear, are we hearing like
Oh, it's probably music for the dog
there's
show.
a dog
Yeah,
show?
there's
I
a
was
dog
like,
show.
Is that like Sousa? What are we
It
hearing?
sounds very, yeah.
It sounds,
But through cheesy speakers.
but you're
Yes.
very cheesy. Speaker. I don't know.
But
if
I
you
don't
guys
know
can
if
hear
it's
this.
well, I don't know if it's copyrighted. So we're just gonna keep
We're
on
just
going
gonna
keep
and
on
hope the YouTube algorithm doesn't pick it up. If so,
That's right.
so
Maybe
9
it's a dog anthem.
I don't know.
Yeah.
9 a.m. classes go from 9 a.m. to 10:15, and they are as follows: Akasha Yoga. It's being run by Heather Ray. Akasha Yoga is a divine flow centered around the elements, goddess energy, and natural rhythms. Learn how to incorporate magic on your mat by creating a ritual to tap into vibrational energies through movement, meditation, and manifestation. With a perfect balance of lunar energy to find your flow and solar energy to step into your power, we will work with Goddess Artemis to activate the throat chakra and find purification through movement. Create clear communication working with this patroness of hunters, goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the fierce feminine. This multi-level class will work to offer cleansing and a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. Get a free download for a specific ritual to do at home to work with Artemis for setting clear boundaries and speaking our truth.
Well, that's kind of cool.
This sounds like a cool as hell class.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
right.
yep.
And I kind of wish I was there.
And if
That's
I
okay.
was
Phyllis
more
Curat's
awake,
teaching your class right now too.
I
Yes.
know.
and if I was more awake, that would have been very tempting. Although I have not done yoga in years,
Yes.
so I probably would be bad at it.
I've never done yoga.
I
That's
do
true.
yoga, but
And a
sporadically.
multi-level class means that it's for
Every
people at various levels
Levels
of
of-
familiarity
right.
with yoga. So
Yeah, you
I
just-
would be fine.
Yeah, you adjust to what level you're at.
Hmm Okay.
Phyllis Curat.
Yes. The dog show's about to begin.
The dog show is about to begin. Yay, dog
Um,
show.
Also going on right now is Old Practices, Older Wisdom by Phyllis Curat, who we interviewed yesterday.
Who is
Yep.
a lovely,
Um,
awesome, wonderful woman.
She told us basically about Nature's Secret Magic, which was the class she taught yesterday.
Yep.
So this is the second class,
That's right.
class that she's offering. So this is an immersive session. Regardless of which tradition you practice, our indigenous ancestors knew that nature embodies spirit and that all living things live in harmony with nature's divine wisdom. Human beings have forgotten, with deadly consequences for the future of life on Mother Earth. In this immersive session, we'll work with several essential, often shared practices and some new ones to experience the depth and magic of our interbeing with Mother Earth. Techniques like green breathing, grounding, unnaming, remembering, and circling will revitalize our sense of the sacred and heal our separation from the web of life and from essential parts of ourselves. We'll honor Earth as our mother and ourselves as her children, and we'll make offerings of gratitude.
Ah, it sounds dope.
It does.
Again, if I can
and if
sneak
you
in there, I will.
and if you saw the interview
With
yesterday
Phyllis,
with Phyllis, a lot of that will sound familiar to
Yep.
you.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
that this is very much the ethos she's bringing
Yep.
right now.
Exactly.
So also happening is Ritual Foundations with Mara Evenstar. Ritual is a language of the soul. It is a conversation between the seen and unseen aspects of existence. The ability and need to ritualize is part of our human heritage. Using Maiden Mother Crone as a three-phase metaphor.
You need a cough drop?
No, I'm drinking my tea and then I'll get a cough drop.
Okay.
Using Maiden Mother Crone as a 3-phase metaphor, in the first phase of this session, the Maiden, we will open to knowledge and new possibilities, learning about some of the foundations of ritualizing. In the phase of the Mother, we will co-create and birth a ritual experience together. And in the final phase of our time together, that being the Crone, we will reflect and harvest wisdom from our experiences.
Man,
There's some great
It's
going
packed
on.
on
this
it.
Packed with good shit on
this
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning.
Good way to start the day.
yeah, you
right.
need to be here at 9 a.m. if you want to
Heck
get
yeah.
stuff in.
You cannot afford to miss any of these classes.
Yep.
Even the morning classes are good shit. It is not like college.
That's right.
So also running is Walk with the Goddess, being run by Kathy Blizzard. This one has a very small, a short but sweet explanation, which is what it means to live a magical life when you walk with the goddess that is the feather on the scales of judgment, which
Ooh.
is a Kemetic concept, or at least I assume this is pulling from the Kemetic concept of when you reach the afterlife, your heart is removed from you and is measured on a scale balanced against a feather. And if your heart is lighter than the feather, you get a good result. And if your heart is heavier than the feather, your heart gets eaten by a crocodile god.
Okay.
Okay.
So there's that. There's that. That happens.
That's kind of rough.
Yeah, it's rough stuff.
rough
But you
stuff.
gotta,
Have a light heart.
light
you gotta
heart.
maintain mat.
Yeah.
Gotta maintain order in the
Yep.
universe.
That's right.
That's an important cosmic concept in Kemeticism. And then the last class that's running right now is Celtic Fairy Lore and Spiritual Practice by Nicole Bonavasuto. The Aishi were feared and respected in ancient Celtic cultures. We'll discuss lore and how it has helped us understand their rules, temperaments, and nature. Come and learn what spaces, practices, and plants are sacred or taboo to the Fae and why. We'll be discussing how to safely and effectively build a powerful working relationship with these ancient beings. This kind of ties into the other classes Nicole has been teaching.
Yep.
She taught a class about the
Hardcore
Fairy Wise
herbalism.
Woman yesterday, and the day before that, she
Hardcore
taught hardcore
herbalism,
herbalism.
yep.
Which I went to.
Yeah.
And she's a very good teacher. I highly recommend her if you ever, go to an event where she's teaching.
And have the opportunity.
To hear what she has to say. She had a lot of really good information. She tries to pack a lot in a very short space of time, but it's worth every moment.
Efficient.
Also managed by Anchor and
That's
Fox
right.
Yeah,
Consulting,
that's
who is
right.
our manager.
That's
so,
Anchor and Fox manages a bunch of people.
yeah,
Right?
Yep.
Including Jim Two Snakes.
Jim
Yep.
Two Snakes.
Yep.
Amabaron.
Amabaron.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
Oh, which,
Yeah.
by the way, they do have the labyrinth set up.
yes.
Yes.
We've confirmed.
Yep.
The
Confirmed.
Renewal Coven has set up the labyrinth over there by the Sacred Fire.
Yonder.
And we will see if it's okay for us to film.
Yeah, we're going to check in with them, with the people we know over there,
Yeah.
and find out if it's okay for us to film that space and show you guys what it looks like,
Yeah,
what
and
the
like
layout
the Sacred
is.
Fire.
And that'll
Yeah.
be on Facebook.
Yes,
Yeah.
because we can't make YouTube do it.
No.
And we're also going to be doing the vendor,
vendor hall.
today.
Yes,
Yep.
on
We
Facebook
promise.
Live.
On
On
Facebook.
Facebook Live.
So
Yep.
if you're not,
In fact, are we doing that after this or
No, because
No, they're not open
they're
yet.
not open yet? Okay.
When
so
they
they're
open.
Yep, in 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in 2 hours we will be in there. We will show you the good shit.
Yep.
and there is some good shit.
There is some good
There's
shit.
some very
Yeah.
good shit.
In
There's
the
some
vendor
shit back
hall.
there that we didn't see last year,
That's right.
and that we
Yeah.
haven't seen at other events. So
there's
that's always fun.
And
new
even
vendors.
like some of the vendors that are older have
Yes,
expanded their
range,
So,
expanded their
I think we
offerings.
mentioned that the other
Yep.
day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there were
We've been-
several vendors back there who came last year
Yep.
and had like relatively small booths, and this year they've expanded
Yeah.
significantly.
And if we can, we tried to catch the ladies from the meditation room, but
And
we just kept ships
passing.
passing in the night. So we're hoping to grab them today
Yeah.
to come and talk about what they do. And I showed you guys the little kit that I
Yes.
bought from
Yep.
them.
Also remember that at 12:45 we will be on with Nathan King.
Yes.
We're gonna have an interview with him, and we have several other tentative interviews where people have told us that they want to be on the podcast,
Yep.
but we haven't like worked out a time with them yet.
And
So
we will try to give you at least a 5-minute
A little
heads
bit
up.
of-
a little
yeah,
bit more
warning.
warning
On
than
Facebook.
what we have been doing.
hi Sandy.
Hi,
Yes,
Yes.
Sandy came to Michigan Pagan Fest
And we
here
got to
and
meet
met
her.
us.
Yep.
So that was great.
And her
And-
bumblebee.
And there's a picture on our Facebook page.
Yes.
of that.
Yes.
So, yep.
Yep.
So
We've actually met quite a few of the Pride
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Laura
We've
Loki's
had-
here.
So hey, the Pride is
Akaneko's here.
representing at Michigan Pagan Fest,
Yep.
y'all.
Yep.
Yeah, so if anybody else is in the area, and you don't have anything to do on Saturday
Yeah,
Or Sunday.
or
Sunday,
Sunday, yeah, we'll still
because-
be here Sunday.
because even if you don't want to pay the ticket to see the class,
You can at least go into the vendor
You
hall.
Yeah,
can
the
go-
vendor
and I
halls
think the
and the
reader-
readers are
and the
free.
Yeah, the vendor hall and the readers.
Readers aren't free. But
No, but
the
the
readers aren't
you
free.
go
access
through
to
them.
the hall,
Right.
Access to the hall. Access
It's
to the
free.
readers.
and then you only have to pay for what you buy,
Right, yep.
Exactly.
rather than having to pay for a day pass to like attend the classes.
That
so
said, though, the day pass is
No,
only
they're-
$25.
they're really
Yeah.
not bad.
Yeah.
And you heard the kind of classes that are being offered.
Yeah.
So for $25
Good shit.
for a day pass is really, really good.
In fact,
Plus,
I'll
we're
give
teaching
you.
today.
Yeah, we are teaching today.
We're doing
If you're watching,
Speaking with symbols.
speaking with symbols.
if you're watching in the early morning and you're debating whether or not you want to come, I'm going to give you all a quick preview. I'm not going to read the descriptions of all the classes right now. I'll do that when it's closer to time, but I'll give you all a quick preview of the classes that are coming up today, so you can decide if you want to come out.
I just had a thought.
What?
Is there any way to live stream while we just like have the camera pointed at us while we teach the class?
I don't know that speaking with symbols makes sense because they can just listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. But
And you all don't want to see us
but
that
our,
much
live-
anyway.
our live classes tend to be a little bit different than our podcast.
Yeah, we're fine.
Anyway,
We'd
it's
have to
an
move
idea.
all our equipment, and
Yeah.
I don't think it
That- oh,
would.
that's a
I
good
don't
point.
think that space has
Sorry, guys.
stuff
Car
with it.
does not want to do that.
And it doesn't have the Wi-Fi signal is strong over there, so
Yeah.
I don't think it
That's
would work out.
The juju is not good with this.
Yeah.
So
So
it was an idea. Sorry, it didn't fly. Hi, Grandma Elspeth.
If we didn't have hands.
That's true, yeah.
That's true.
it's grandmother
And
Elspeth
you
walking by.
And she's one of the great teachers that we have here today.
Yes.
Yep.
So I'm going to give you all a quick rundown of the classes that are coming up today, so you can decide if you want to like quick get in your car and come down here.
Mhm. If you're in the area.
Mhm. So Kate is going to be teaching The Witch's Meow, which is about familiars.
And they have the cutest cats.
Very small.
Very small baby kittens.
Celeste, the inimitable Celeste, is going to be teaching Warrior Queen, Reclaim Your Power Now, which
She had a very popular class yesterday.
yes,
Yes.
and this is a hands-on class designed to break sort of conditioning that female bodied people acquire growing up.
Hmm.
You want to go to Celeste's class?
Maybe.
We were just talking about that this morning.
mhm.
Yeah.
The conditioning.
The
The
conditioning.
conditioning.
So, Witch Doctor Utu and Priestess Miriam, who last night led a ritual that we'll talk about later.
And I want to talk about that.
We'll talk about
yes.
it later. So, Witch Doctor Utu and Priestess Miriam are teaching trance channeling and possession,
See,
which
that's
is a
another
class
one I
I'm
might-
super interested in
I
going
might,
to.
I might go to that for reasons.
Omar Khayyam Yadel is teaching Encountering Thought Forms and Spirit Attachments, which, just from the title, fascinating.
Mhm.
And Grandmother Elspeth, who just walked by, is teaching How Shall We Shape the Future, which is what it says on the tin. How we gonna make this world keep
How are we
working?
going to make this world keep spinning? Because that's our duty and our responsibility as witches and pagans.
From 12:45, which is when we're going to be interviewing Nathan King, Lady Kate and Baba Teddy are doing daylight drumming and dancing,
Which we're wanting
we're trying to convince Carr to go to.
But Nathan King will be here.
Yeah,
Yes,
but we can only fit two
handle Nathan
pagans
King.
on the bench at a time.
It's
You-
Nathan King. I freaking love Nathan King. I can't.
Well, there's another drumming. So
There's,
we're gonna,
Right.
there's
we
an
will
evening
get
drumming.
him to the
He's going to
drumming.
one of the drummings.
One of them. One of them.
Then later, Mother Multiverse is going to be teaching Keeping the Lights On, Ethics and Magic, an important conversation that doesn't get had often enough. Patricia Farrow is teaching Mother Bear Fierceness and the Rise of the Feminine. We're speaking with speaking. We're teaching Speaking with Symbols, which if you come down and you're a follower of the podcast, don't come to our class, listen to it online, and go to one of these other fascinating classes happening at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right.
Because at the same time, Corvus Nocturnum, who we know and like, is going to be teaching Satanism 101. That's about the Church of Satan.
Yep.
Not to be confused with
with
the
the-
temple.
the-
of
the
Satan- or
Satanic Temple.
Let me get
Or
you a cup.
Luciferians. Yeah.
You're getting worse.
Yes, I am. It would be stupid if after 2 weeks I start losing my voice.
Let's call
And
her.
then have paganism gone? Has paganisms
Have paganisms.
gone mainstream? The spiritual meets the secular with M. Maka Nightmare,
Yep, who we're trying to get on the podcast
Yep.
to talk,
and then we have the ritualist panel,
which we're
Phoenix
moderating.
Rising, which we're
Send us
moderating.
questions.
Right.
Yeah.
Any questions you have for the ritualists, send them to us.
Yep.
And we will sort through them and see what we can get the answers from.
And that happens today, so ask your questions quickly.
Yes. And then Witch Doctor Utu and Baba Teddy Jiao are doing the rebirth of drum, the
Yes.
rebirthing of drums.
Yes, which you-
and that's the one I want
That
to
you
really
must
go
attend.
to.
Carr
Yes.
Yes.
must attend.
And then we have dinner.
Yep.
because that's who we are.
And they serve really nice food here.
They do. Yep.
And then the raffle happens.
Yeah.
And we put in the raffle a membership.
a Jaguar
level
membership
Yeah.
for a year.
So $540
Yep.
value in Jaguar membership.
Yep.
Yes, it is hard to choose QQ and then we have a ritual with Phyllis and M. Maka Nightmare.
Yep.
We don't know what it's about.
And then
Midnight Margaritas,
which we've been excited about since they were announced a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, exactly.
But we can't sing that.
Nope. There goes YouTube.
Yeah.
So
the algorithm will catch us now.
So that's it for the day that's going on. That's what's going on today.
That's your
But
preview.
last night's ritual.
I know.
Yes, we're going to talk about that.
Relax.
This was the preview to tell everyone what's coming up on Saturday.
I'm
Sorry,
not saying
guys.
we're going away.
I told you I was going to tell you about my experience last night, but they're cutting me off.
No, we're not.
We're not.
Why are you? You're very confused.
I'm
You were
very
not paying
confused
attention.
right now. I'm not.
So anyway, Sandy, yes, the fire ritual last night
Yes.
was
Yes.
intense
It
and it
was
was amazing.
beautiful.
We all
Pharaoh
attended the fire
yeah.
ritual.
Yep.
It was very, very
And
good.
then
We talked about it last night.
And then we had Jim Two Snakes on
Yep.
to talk about it as well. So
Yep.
watch that.
And
Absolutely.
then there was a second ritual that I didn't get a whole lot out of, but Gwen did,
I
and which
didn't
she would
go
like
to
to
it.
tell you about.
Okay. So I was
I'm gonna
thinking,
sneak
out.
I was thinking we were quitting here. So just
All
all right. So anyway,
Just tell your tale.
the ritual last night that was led by Witch Doctor Utu and Priestess Miriam.
Mm-hmm.
It was what was it?
It was approaching St. John's Eve.
It was approaching St. John's Eve, and it was in honor of the solstice. And so it was really very unusual because it was mostly drumming and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had a candle lighting ceremony where we lit candles along the path.
Along the path, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're doing this ritual, and like there at one point Miriam says, just you can open your arms in across way to basically to invite Papa Legba
to open the way.
To open the way. And throughout that dance experience, I was like getting it was like partly me and then not me. It was like
She entered trance, basically.
I entered a trance, and this is the first time that's ever happened to me. And it was
We've talked about this before. This is an ecstatic dance trance.
Yeah, it's
essentially
ecstatic dance. And so by the time we got to about the middle of the dance, I guess I was present, but I was not dancing. It was something dancing through me with moves I've never it was not something
She wasn't consciously
I wasn't
choosing it.
consciously choosing these moves. It was just happening, with the drums and then what was really cool was throughout this experience, because my eyes were closed and I'm just doing my thing and just allowing this presence to dance through me. At one point I could see my arm just starting to glow, and it started affecting the dance and the moves. And I want to go talk to Witch Doctor Utu or Priestess Miriam about that experience, and is part of the reason why I want to go to their class, because I think that's what I experienced last night was
I don't know if it was a full
I don't-
channeling
yeah, I
or
don't think
anything,
it was
but it was a trance, certainly.
it was a trance, and that's why I'm saying I think maybe it was a partial channeling. That I don't know. So that's why I want to talk to them and ask them about that, because it was very, very interesting. It was not frightening at all. I want to put that right out there.
She said it wasn't a scary experience. It was just an experience.
It was actually quite peaceful and invigorating, to the point where I was just dancing and I don't even know how long that dance went on.
A long time.
And I danced the entire time. I wasn't tired. I wasn't out of breath. It just flowed right through me. And I think that's what ecstatic dance is all about. And so I just want to encourage you, if you ever have the opportunity to experience, because I've experienced a zar, which is an Egyptian form of ecstatic dance years ago, which is about basically releasing inner demons. And but this was very different. I didn't have this kind of experience then, and this is really the only second time I've experienced ecstatic dance. And it was very visceral. It was, but it was also very peaceful, and something I would definitely want to experience again, and would not would not fear, I guess, let's put it that way. And I also want to talk to, to some high priestesses or some Wiccan priestesses who,
or Jason Mankey,
because he's a priest.
Yeah, and
he's
see
a high priest. If this parallels the drawing down the moon. And because I've not experienced that personally, the actual drawing down the moon, because in drawing down the moon, you're actually drawing the goddess into you.
We've talked about this before.
Yeah, so but I've not experienced it anything other than symbolically.
Mm-hmm.
So I really think if you have the opportunity to either witness or experience ecstatic dance, just be open to the experience. Just because that's all I did. I just opened myself. I was like, okay, Papa Legba, I'm open to the experience. And I got a response. And it was a beautiful response. And I'm really, really glad that I got to experience that. And so
now I think we are.
Now we're done.
Now we're done.
So, and there goes Steve. So we are also known as Leanne.
No, don't dead name people.
We've talked to her.
Good morning. I'm Steve today. No voice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like they know Leanne.
No voice.
Steve, no voice.
Steve, no voice. Okay, so we're gonna let you go.
Yeah.
And we will be back later, probably around 11 when the vendor hall opens.
When the vendor hall, and you'll find us on Facebook then.
Yeah.
We'll
be on
that's
Facebook.
Where we'll be. Okay?
So if you're not following us on Facebook, I don't know how you got here.
Yeah.
But go do that.
All right. So we'll see you guys later. Kara's back. So
he didn't go far.
He didn't go far.
He was just smoking.
He just had to smoke. So
all right.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. End.